Welcome back from intermission. It's part 2 of our second Frankenstein double feature. I went to the lobby. And I made a Webster cocktail. Now you might say, Murph, what the hell is a Webster cocktail? Why don't you drink something normal like an apple teeny? I'll tell you why. One, most of these drinks are too sweet nowadays. Two, I have this red book from 1970. You all know what book I'm talking about, but I don't want to get sued. Although they should sponsor me for peddling their liquor. Essentially, that's a Tanqueray martini with apricot brandy in it. Not a whole bunch, just a little bit. Just a faint, like those mineral waters that have essence of watermelon or something. What do we have here? No one who saw it lived to describe it. The Curse of Frankenstein. Rated X. Not for the same reason as Andy Warhol's Frankenstein. Probably too gory for uptight British people at the time. Okay. Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee, Hazel Court, Robert Urquhart. Who? Yeah, okay. In Eastman color. Did I get enough of the credits for you? We all know who Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee are. There we go. This Curse of Frankenstein, The Curse of Frankenstein, is a 1957 Hammer film directed by Terence Fisher, who we've heard of, starring Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee. Okay, I watched this years back when Charlie was just a little one. We came to see Grandma, and we watched this on Sci-Fi Friday. I mean, he wasn't even walking yet. He was sitting in his little chair, and he saw that monster, and he had nightmares. Oops. He'll appreciate it later. Okay, in this brightly colored retelling of the classic tale, we have a normal boy who inherits the family estate. This boy, Victor, doesn't stay normal for long. He sends his aunt and cousin packing with an allowance and quickly turns pretty obsessive about his new work, reanimating dead critters. Well, Victor goes from 15 to 50 years old in the blink of an eye, and the older Victor, Cushing, is aided, though somewhat apprehensively, not by a hunchback named Igor, but by a normal guy named Paul. Paul? Okay. Anyway, Paul is good with things until Victor turns his focus from dogs to humans. Uh-oh. Okay, maybe digging up a corpse or two isn't so bad. But when he suspects Victor has killed a colleague for his magnificent brain, Paul dissents. He does not, however, move out. See, by now, Victor's cousin, Elizabeth, has come to marry Victor. Yeah, you heard me. Paul makes every effort to get her to leave. And when she won't, he stays to protect her. From marrying her cousin? I don't know. Bam! Crash! Zap! Lightning brings the creature to life. It was all an accident, see? With a damaged brain and looking like a zombie Paul Simon. Yeah. Zombie Paul Simon. That'd make a good movie in itself. This creature is none too happy. He tries to kill Victor right off. Did I really write that? Sounds of silence, this motherfucker. So this brilliant scientist who brought the dead back to life makes a fateful decision. Okay, backstory. Victor has been banging the maid. When she finds out he intends to marry his cousin instead of her, well, you know the saying, hell hath no fury? Yeah, hell hath no fury. So, Victor decides to implant the maid's brain in the monster. That sounds like a good idea, right? We've been banging the maid. We spurned her to marry our cousin. And now we're going to put her brain in zombie Paul Simon. What could go wrong? I wrote, way to go, genius. Okay. Here's what I like. This is not just a remake in color of the Universal classic. There's something sacred about that black and white Boris Karloff Frankenstein. You can't just make that color and say, okay, here's a new Frankenstein movie. No. This stands on its own as a great version of Mary Shelley's classic. Not quite as dark as the Universal film, but the bold color must have lent well to the drive-in theater. This one was good. It's a 4-ring circus here on our second picture. 4. For The Curse of Frankenstein, 1957 Hammer horror. Should we see what's next week? Wait. I might take next week off. Charlie's mom came to visit, and she'll be away. So I am going to hang out with Charlie next weekend. She's going back to Texas. Charlie and I might go on vacation. Maybe a trip. He needs to get out of the house. Or maybe we will film Valley of the Dragons, since he watched that with me on Svengoolie. Monkey's here. Oh, geez, I'm getting them everywhere. Get in there, yo. Get in there. Let's take this one right here. Okay. It's not Frankenstein anymore. This is kind of a... Pardon me. That drink's good, but it made me burp. That means it's good, right? Next week, 2 weeks, we have a girl gang double feature with Miniskirt Mob and Switchblade Sisters here on the Late Night Picture Show. Girl gang double feature. Thanks for tuning in. I made those lighting special effects again. Only top quality here on the Late Night Picture Show. Be sure to tune in a couple of weeks. I'll be back with Miniskirt Mob and Switchblade Sisters here on the Late Night Picture Show. Now, if you liked what you saw tonight, please give me a thumbs up. If you hated it, give me a thumbs down. I'm running over my own thing here. There we go. Leave some comments. I'd love to hear what you thought of the Frankenstein double feature. Especially, do you think that Curse of Frankenstein actually deserved an X rating? Yeah, write some comments about that. Good night, kids. I'll be back in a couple of weeks.